Kim Kardashian chose to use a surrogate because she disliked being pregnant. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and update. Kim Kardashian is someone the world has watched closely for many years. Many people know about her fashion, business, and family, but one part of her life that touched many hearts was how she brought her children into the world. Kim didn't follow the usual path when it came to having kids. While she gave birth to her first two children, North and Saint, she decided to use surrogacy for her last two children. At first, Kim believed surrogacy would be a much easier and smoother experience compared to being pregnant. She had faced so many challenges during her pregnancies that it felt like a good idea to let someone else carry her baby. But as she went through the process, she quickly realized that it was not as simple as she had expected. It was a different kind of difficulty, emotional and mental rather than physical. During her first pregnancy with North, Kim had a serious condition called preeclampsia, also known as toxemia. This is a condition where a pregnant woman's body begins to shut down. Her organs were being affected, and doctors told her that the only way to keep both her and her baby safe was to give birth early. Because of this, North was born when Kim was only 34.5 weeks pregnant. That's almost 6 weeks early. North weighed just 4 pounds when she was born. It was a frightening time for Kim and her family. This wasn't just a one-time experience, either. Kim faced another hard time when she was pregnant with her son Saint. That second pregnancy was also full of problems, and doctors were very clear when they told her that it would be dangerous for her to try to carry another baby. Even though she had already gone through so much, Kim still dreamed of having more children. She knew she couldn't go through pregnancy again because of the health risks, so she turned to surrogacy. At first, it seemed like the perfect solution. She wouldn't have to deal with the physical pain or the medical issues that came with being pregnant. But it didn't take long for Kim to realize that surrogacy brought its own kind of emotional challenges. She explained in an interview that a lot of people think surrogacy is the easy way out. But Kim said that those people are completely wrong. She said it was actually harder in many ways because she had to give up control. When you're not the one carrying the baby, you have to trust someone else with something that means the world to you. Kim did choose someone she trusted, and she felt a strong connection with the surrogate mother. But that didn't stop her from feeling sad that she couldn't carry the baby herself. She said it was very hard emotionally because she had already carried 2 of her children. The experience of not being able to do it again, even though she had hated being pregnant, created an inner struggle. She said that even though pregnancy had been very uncomfortable for her, she still would have preferred to carry the baby herself if she could. It was something that weighed heavily on her heart. In the beginning, Kim didn't just jump into the surrogacy process without preparation. There was a long list of steps she had to follow. She talked about how she had to get a surrogate attorney and also work with a surrogate broker. These professionals helped her through the legal and logistical side of things. But that wasn't all. The broker suggested that they also bring in a therapist who could help both Kim and the surrogate mother. The therapist acted as a bridge between the 2 women at first. The therapist would speak to Kim, then speak to the surrogate, and help them build a strong foundation before they started talking directly. At the start, the contact between Kim and her surrogate was limited. But slowly, things began to change. As they got to know each other more, they started to feel more comfortable. Eventually, they became close enough that they didn't need the therapist to go between them anymore. Kim shared that they became friends and began to talk on their own. She said the therapist had helped guide them in the beginning by suggesting simple steps like sending each other a text message once a week, or maybe even reaching out on special days like Mother's Day. That kind of advice helped them connect in a natural and respectful way, especially since the surrogate was also a mother. Throughout this journey, Kim discovered a lot about herself. She had gone from someone who really disliked being pregnant to someone who realized she would still have done it herself if she could. That realization surprised her, and it created a lot of mixed feelings. She had always imagined that surrogacy would be the easier choice. After all, she wouldn't have to go through the pain, the swelling, the discomfort, or the health scares. But when the baby wasn't growing inside her, she missed being part of every little moment. She missed the closeness, even if the experience had been uncomfortable. This emotional shift taught Kim that sometimes, avoiding physical pain doesn't mean you avoid all pain. There's another kind of discomfort that comes from watching someone else carry your child while you wait on the sidelines. Even though she knew it was for her own safety, it still made her feel left out. It also made her appreciate just how strong and brave her surrogate was. It takes a very special kind of person to carry a child for someone else, and Kim was deeply grateful. Kim has always been open about her personal life, and she shared these details not to get attention, but to help others who might be going through something similar. Her honesty allowed many people to see that surrogacy is not just about avoiding the pain of pregnancy. It's a deeply emotional process that needs patience, trust, and a lot of heart. People often think it's a simple solution, but it comes with a long journey of its own. And Kim never made it seem like she did it without feeling scared, uncertain, or emotional. Her story also showed how important it is to prepare mentally for surrogacy. There are legal matters, emotional barriers, and deep relationships to build. Kim didn't just pick a surrogate and let things happen. She took the time to understand the process. She hired professionals, spoke to therapists, and tried her best to be present for every part of the journey, even if she wasn't carrying the baby herself. In the end, Kim Kardashian's experience with surrogacy revealed a new side of motherhood. It's not just about carrying a baby for 9 months. It's about love, responsibility, and emotional strength. She proved that a mother's connection to her child goes beyond the physical bond of pregnancy. Her openness gave strength to other women who might not be able to carry children themselves. She showed them that there's still a beautiful path to parenthood filled with love, care, and support. Kim didn't let fear or sadness stop her. She embraced the new way of becoming a mother. Even with the emotional struggles, she stayed focused on her dream of growing her family. Her journey was full of surprises, both good and hard. But she kept going, and in doing so, she inspired many people. Her story is one of courage, trust, and the power of love in motherhood, no matter what form it takes. Throughout this journey, Kim discovered a lot about herself. She had gone from someone who really disliked being pregnant to someone who realized she would still have done it herself if she could. That realization surprised her, and it created a lot of mixed feelings. She had always imagined that surrogacy would be the easier choice. After all, she wouldn't have to go through the pain, the swelling, the discomfort, or the health scares. But when the baby wasn't growing inside her, she missed being part of every little moment. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.